So yesterday we learned how to find the circumference, or the distance around a circle. Today we're going to find the area of a circle, which is what's inside. Okay, so to find the area we use the formula always pi r squared. That means the following. A equals pi r squared means the same thing as doing A equals pi times r times r. Okay? So, remember the radius is the distance from the center of the circle to the edge, in this case 7 centimeters. So we're going to do 3.14 times the radius, which was 7 squared. Okay, now 7 squared is just like saying 7 times 7, which is 49. So, evaluate the power, we get 49, and then we're going to multiply 49 times 3.14 and get 153.86. Now it says to round to the nearest tenth, so we're going to look at this 6, and that's going to bring the 8 to a 9, so we're about 153.9 centimeters squared. Park employees are fitting a top over a circular drain in the park. If the radius of the drain is 14 inches, what is the area of the top that will cover the drain? Use 22/7 for pi. So, it tells us the radius of the drain is 14. So we're going to use 14 for the radius. 14 squared equals 14 times 14, which is 196. So we're going to put 196 in here, okay? And then we can go ahead and we can simplify, and we can put this into a fraction, but we can say 7 goes into 7 once, and 7 goes into 196 28 times. And then we can multiply 22 times 28 and get 616. So the area of the top that will cover the drain is about 616 inches squared. Use a centimeter ruler to measure the radius of the circle. Then find the area of the shaded region of the circle. Use 3.14 for pi. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. First, measure the radius of the circle. You can't tell, but it measures 2 centimeters. Now we're going to find the entire area of the circle. So, we have A equals pi r squared. We know that the radius measures 2, so we're going to use 2 for r. So we have 3.14 times 2 squared. 2 squared equals 2 times 2, which is 4. So we have 3.14 times 4, and we get 12.56 when we multiply. It says to round to the nearest tenth, so we look at this 6, and that brings the 5 up to a 6. So 12.6 centimeters square. So, since half of the circle is shaded, divide the area of the circle by 2, because we are only finding the area of the shaded region. So we're going to take 12.6 divided by 2, and we're going to get 6.3. So our answer is 6.3 centimeters squared, because it only wants to know the shaded half and not the area of the whole circle. We're going to do the check it out together, because again, they're giving you a problem that isn't like any of the ones in the examples. So remember, our formula for area is A equals pi r squared. Well, they're giving us the diameter here. When they give us the diameter, we have to divide it by 2. The radius equals the diameter divided by 2. So we're going to put in 12 divided by 2, and we're going to get 6. So in for r, we're going to put 6. Okay? And then we have to do 6 squared first. And remember, 6 squared is like 6 times 6, which is 36. So we take 3.14 times 36, and when we do that, we get about 113 feet squared. Now remember, your area is a squared answer. So you put a square on your label, okay? When you're just finding the perimeter or circumference, you just have a label with no little number.